Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with no qualifications where we solve your complications. I'm Lydia and I'm joined by Harry and Ravs. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
I'm doing good. I just was waiting for Ravs to answer that question.
I had a little accident and I hurt my toe really bad, and I'm currently out my tits on codeine, which I took, not long before starting this podcast. So
You're at the full drop of it now. It's kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be an interesting episode.
The pain is gone, but I'm woozy.
The pain is gone. The brain is gone.
I'm feeling silly.
It's good. I mean, at least you're not in pain. I feel like that would be worse, recording a podcast with just excruciating pain. Do you want to tell us how you did injure yourself?
Okay, so it's Sunday morning, right? Let me set the scene. It's very hot in the UK right now. It's Sunday morning. I'm lying in my bed and I'm under the covers. So I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit too warm. So I kicked my leg out of the covers to cool down a bit.
Yeah, everyone does that.
And in the process, just bam, kicked the wall. Full force.
Sorry. Did you leave a dent in the wall?
No, wall's fine.
You lost to the wall.
I'm imagining you hulking out. You're just hulking out, just smashing through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
So my big toe fucking smashed it off a wall. Then I was like, ow, that hurt. But just I went back to sleep because I was like, I'm still tired. And I woke up and I went to go pee-pee. And I was like, uh-oh, my toe hurts kind of bad. Can't really walk on it. But I was like, it's not that bad yet. So I went through my whole day. Then it's at midnight or something, going into Monday morning in the wee hours. And I'm like, I'll go to bed now. Screaming in agony, cannot sleep. So I had to phone 111 and go to A&E.
How long were you waiting?
Which is my first time ever in A&E.
Yeah, how was it?
It was weird. There was a couple of drunk people,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of people just sleeping all over the place, planking on chairs. Yeah, it was weird.
How long were you there for?
I was there for 5 or 6 hours. So I got some ibuprofen, which did absolutely nothing for my pain, and then they did an X-ray, and I had to wait 4 or 5 hours for my X-ray results.
It's fucking insane. It's such a long time to wait while you're just in so much pain.
Yeah, the lady squeezed my toe and I wanted to scream. It was so bad.
Oh my god.
And then they were like, okay, you've not broke your toe. We don't know what it is. It's probably some internal bruising or something. I don't know. Here's some codeine. And here I am.
Here we are. Fast forward.
It's also the reason there wasn't an episode last week, because we're supposed to record with Lydia on Monday and I was out my tit.
So you hadn't slept.
We've decided to double down and we're like, that's no longer a problem.
Yeah, fuck Ravs' pain. Content is more important.
As fucked as possible.
Yep.
But didn't you say it hurt before you kicked the wall?
Yeah, so when I
what?
just started going to the gym, Harry, I felt a bit of pain in that toe for 1 day. But I don't think that's related, because 2 weeks had passed since then. But then I kicked the wall and now it's that pain is times a million.
I feel I kind of want to see your toe. How fucked is it? Do you know, his toe's just bent and black and bruised, and it's pretty bad.
Exactly the same as my normal toe.
What the fuck?
There's literally no change. I don't know why I'm in so much pain.
It's so weird.
This is a question for our listeners. Why? Yeah. What has Ravs done to his
What's
fucking toe?
What's he done?
I mean, we know what he's done, but what's the...
There will be someone out there, though, that'll be like, I'm a fucking... What's the foot one? Podiatrist, and Ravs' toe is this.
I'm a foot fetishist.
Yeah. Please send me pictures so I can study your toes.
Fuck's sake. Well, I'm sorry, dude. It fucking sucks. It also... Such a simple way to get injured. Do you know what I mean? It's not it's not like you were doing something crazy lifting a big thing and it dropped on your toe or whatever. It was just you're just trying to cool down.
It's pretty pathetic, Ravs, actually.
It's honestly
Trot,
pathetic.
Right?
It's pity. It's
embarrassing for you.
I think Trot's just dropped a shelf on his foot as well. We have two injured boys.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're just jinxing. Just let's keep Lydia away from all of this conversation, all of this toe-related injury stuff.
Now, I feel like I can relate to you more now, Lydia. I've went to A&E at 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah. You got a life-changing injury here, Ravs. You got a life-changing
mine
toe
isn't
injury.
life-changing, but I understand more now.
Oh, thank
I'm at my
you.
Tits, I'm at
Thanks,
my
Ravs.
tits on codeine, like you are.
Like I am
Nice.
constantly. I'm actually a bit annoyed at you, to be honest, because I've sort of built a lot of my personality around the fact that I break my bones. So the fact that you've just kind of come in and done the same thing is really annoying for me, because
Honestly,
it's like,
Ravs,
all
that's
right, well,
what I
now
thought
what am I
was so
going to do?
inspiring. I was like, it's so nice for you to steal Lydia's thing. I might just go home and injure myself.
Trip on a curb. Trip on a fucking
Trip on
curb, Harry.
Trip on a little curb. Stub my toey on a curb. Come on, let's all get involved. We can all injure our legs.
Yes.
Oh,
The main
dear.
thing I'm happy about is I'm still allowed to be in that No Broken Bones club.
Oh, the
True.
Reddit.
Yeah, the Reddit, right? I don't have weak bones. I've not broken anything.
You still
Yeah, I've never broken
belong.
a bone.
Yep. I feel like I've broken something, but I've not.
It's such a strange injury. I'm just surprised
is,
you
I
didn't
know.
break it. But also,
Yeah.
I don't think you really break toes, do you? You just kind of hurt
I think
them.
you can break them, but they can't really do anything because you can't like put it in a cast or whatever. So I think they just kind of like tape them, or they put you in a moon boot, but they can't really do anything for a broken toe.
No.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Ravs.
Yeah, poor Ravsy.
In other news, should we get into some questions?
Moving on. Fuck Ravs.
Moving on.
Let's do some questions.
Moving on. I like it though. Whether or not we needed context for Ravs' potential loopiness.
Yeah, I'm going to be a bit loopy. This next potential couple of episodes of the podcast.
It's good. It's challenge mode. It's 0 degrees challenge mode. Can you do it on Codeine?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. All right, let's get into it. Question 1. What would you do if a close friend passed out and shit themselves? I say this because a few years ago, a group of us, all very close, went out drinking. We were having drinks around someone's first, and one of the guys passed out. So 2 of the group decided to stay behind and look after him. This is where the story takes a turn. One of the guys staying behind thought it'd be a good idea to neck a third of a bottle of absinthe. That's insane.
Ugh.
The guy who previously passed out awoke to Mr. Absinthe passed out and then voiding his bowels.
Oh God.
Oh,
We got a phone call telling us what happened. Part of the group went back, and then being good friends, we all stripped him naked and washed the shit off him.
Oh, man.
In case you're wondering, he was so covered that they had to wash under his balls and even his foreskin to avoid getting some kind of affection for the shit. I hadn't actually read the end of that question. That question is fucking insane.
That's
Oh my
vile.
God.
That's
Oh my
vile.
God.
Jesus Christ! I hope
How
no
did
one's
the
listening to
shit
this
get
on
in his
loud.
foreskin?
He's got shit in his dick. Oh my fucking God. That question is actually revolting.
That's vile. This is why we should
awful.
always read the full question.
I read the first bit and was like, it sounds like it will be funny. I'll add it. I now regret that.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Wait, so did they like pull down his foreskin and like give it a little rub? Like,
What? Okay, what happens if he gets chubbed up at that moment? You know.
oh my God.
Well, it'll make
Is
it
that-
easier for them, won't it?
Yeah, at that point they're like, just you got to finish the job.
You've
It's
gotta-
a good friend. You got to use your mouth to clean it really nicely.
Not your mouth, Harry. It's shit. There's shit on his dick.
Lydia, that's
Oh,
what a
no.
homie hookup
That's
is.
what
Come
a
on.
homie
How far
does.
did this shit go as well? Like, the next time he does a gum, is it a little bit brown?
Oh,
my God.
Christ.
I gotta go out there and say, I don't know if I could be that good a friend. That is going way above and beyond. That is
above and beyond, dude.
That is pretty-
that is like, you have to like buy them like a fucking holiday after that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's like, you owe your friends. That's pretty extreme.
I'm trying to imagine if like one of my they'd have to be very, very close. If they shat themselves, would I put them in the bath and wash them down? I probably would. If it was someone I was very close to, like lifelong friends. But if
Yeah.
it like any less than that, I am not cleaning shit off them. Harry's in a moral
I don't
dilemma
know.
right
I
now.
don't fucking know if I could.
I think if you've shit yourself, if you're at my place, I'll give you some fresh undies to wear. but you're dealing with the mess on your own.
Yeah,
like,
I think there's a level of like, I'm putting you in a bathroom.
Yeah, you're sitting in a bathroom.
Like, hosing you down with your clothes on a bit, and then you'd be like, you got to fucking sober up and sort your shit out.
I've stripped.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, there is an aspect to this story that I think this does describe slightly the type of friend that this is. The fact that they stayed behind to look after someone else who was passed out, and that is not like a big serious thing, but like you should be responsible when you're looking after someone who's like passed out from drinking, and is potentially ill or whatever. And instead of looking after them, they drank a shit ton of absinthe. Like, I feel like at that point, I would come back and be like, "What the fuck have you done?" Like,
yeah, right.
You're not. That's not good mate moves. Like,
what possessed them to down a third of a bottle of absinthe?
I feel like that has to be an exaggeration. You can't
being?
drink that much alcohol. That's so much alcohol.
That would
kill
like
you.
fucking
Get alcohol
murder your liver.
poisoning. Like you would be very, very. You could literally die from downing absinthe. Like it's so strong.
Yeah, I don't quite believe that. Must be an exaggeration, or it was a tiny bottle. Even then, it's like that's insane.
Absinthe is vile. Like
it's just the worst drink.
Vile.
So I feel like there's a little bit of not karma there, but I feel like God, like what an irresponsible friend. You're meant to be looking after someone, and then you just get even more fucked up. Like,
oh God, just the whole like fucking washing their balls and shit as well. Like, come on, like, oh
details.
Jesus Christ,
like,
the details.
My friend once got very drunk and threw up all down herself at my house, and I did strip her into her undies, put her in my bath and shower all the sick off of her because she was absolutely covered in it. But I didn't have to get into the bloody cracks and up the fanny flaps, Like, that was all kept away from me.
That being said, it sounds like they were doing it as kind of like a group effort. And I think that we're kind of imagining it as a solo cleaning act.
Right.
All right, guys, you're on the balls. Honestly, I'll take the taint.
If you came back from a night out, were absolutely fucking smashed, and you just made it this fun kind of group activity, like 7. I'm just imagining like 7 lads in a bathroom, just like one with a mop, like mopping like from a distance. People like throwing up, doing shots.
Formula 1 pit stop team.
Yeah, I feel like if you're pissed enough, you could make it like a fun activity, but that's the only way I think you'd ever catch me doing that. Like, that's not. It's fucking. There is at some point it has to be. People have to take some personal responsibility for their insane actions, and if you shite yourself so much that there's poop in your foreskin, there's poop inside your Sorry, this is a concept that we need to just like think about. That's an insane amount of poop.
That is vile. That's absolutely vile.
That's horrible.
But the thing is, I know a lot of time with these kind of really gross questions is always like, is it true? Is this made up? I actually know of 2 people, one of them kind of in front of me, who pooped whilst drunk. Not nearly as dramatic as this, but I am aware of this scenario taking place, so I could believe it has happened.
Do we know them?
No. This is someone.
I thought you meant in this podcast. I was like, what the fuck?
Sorry, I didn't explain that well.
I was like,
in front of you. I was like, that's why I asked
Harry?
you know them. I was like,
me?
I was like, I've never heard of that by Ravs. So I was like, what the fuck?
Shit himself in front of me.
I was like, did I shit?
Ravs suddenly panicking.
I was like, shit? I think I might have downed a third bottle of absinthe. It's the way of Lydia telling you about it. That's pretty. Wait, but did people help?
It was so one of them was more like a friend of a friend. I heard about it. I knew of the girl, but I wasn't there. It was like at a house party. She got very, 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 very drunk, got into the bathtub and took a shit in the bathtub. I can't remember how that story ends, but I can't imagine it ended well. I don't really know what happened after that. But I also had a friend back in university who was very, 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 very drunk one night. And I was like kind of looking after her, and I took her back to her dorm thing. And she was like, she needed to pee, and I kind of like helped her get onto the toilet. Like, you go, I'll help you. She's stumbling all over the place. And then she just shat. And I was standing there and I was like, what do I do? I'm just going to slowly back out the door and shut. So that's happened. And I was like, I never brought it up. I don't think she ever knew that happened, because apart from actually this moment, I don't think I've ever told anyone that story.
Your dirty protest secret.
It was just like, oh, okay. I guess I'll leave.
God.
I was just trying to help her. She was like falling all over the place. I just wanted to make sure she didn't piss herself. But yeah, anyhow, I didn't have to clean her at least.
Does it make me a bad person that I don't think I would do it? Like, I don't think I would help.
No.
I think there's a difference between, I think washing someone sick off them is a lot more doable than watching someone's like diarrhea off them. Like, that is next level.
Sick, I probably wouldn't
especially
even think twice.
If it's like all over their balls and in their foreskin. Like, I'm not going near that shit. Like, I'm just not.
It's so extreme.
That is disgusting. I couldn't do that. I couldn't, even if it was my lifelong friend that I'd known, since we were bubbies.
I think I'd struggle to do that for my partner. I think I'd like,
that's a good point, actually. Like, fuck that.
Like, I think the list of people that I would do that for is slim, if not none.
Like, I kind of agree, actually.
Like, it's pretty extreme. There is a level of, you're just going to have to sleep that one off and figure your shit out in the morning. Like,
also, I feel like you could just leave them to fall asleep in the bath and know that they'll wake up and sort themselves out. Like, I know that maybe that's really, like,
but then
callous,
it'll be like, all caked in fucking
oh God, don't want to start to the podcast. This is so disgusting.
This is so great. But I think I would vomit though. I think if I was cleaning up someone, I would be sick. I think I would be so I would just be so grossed out. Like, that is.
And like I said, I think you need a couple drinks to fucking be able to like help. Like, I think that's probably why they did it. Because they came back from a night out and were absolutely fucked, and so we're in a mood where that you don't really think about it. The reality of how grim it all is. Like, God.
What is the actual question of this?
Ravs in its current codeine state would be fucking great.
Oh, it'd be great. He'd be lapping it up.
Little toothbrush, fucking really.
He'd be like window cleaning it, getting his old little scrapey thing out, scraping the arse cheeks right in between the crack.
The reality is I'd probably fall asleep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm feeling right now. So it would just be too fucking... Then I'd probably shit myself.
There'd be two of you guys.
You're enjoying them.
Shit.
The question was, would you help a good friend if a close friend passed out and shit themselves? So
no.
Right.
I think the question is probably no. With like an asterisk of like, unless I'm really drunk with loads of other people and it's someone I'm really good friends with.
Unless I have an entire Formula One team. Yeah.
I almost wonder though, just to twist it on its head, would you be more likely to do it if it's someone that you really don't know?
God, no. That makes it even worse.
A stranger shit?
Stranger shit is the worst.
I don't know. I feel like there's something weird that I'd always feel... It would feel more like mechanical if I didn't know the person. Do you know what I mean?
I guess it's kind of like almost like, like a job. Like if you're working in the caring industry, you have to, especially if it's like a care home, elderly people,
like
there's probably a lot of...
It's a transaction.
You're cleaning people up. I'm
cleaning your shit and you give me gratitude.
But the thing is, that's a job. You're getting paid to do that. If it's just literally a stranger and you're getting nothing back for it, I think it makes it worse.
I think if I had to clean shit out of Ravs' foreskin, I just don't know if I could do this podcast or look at him in the eye in the same way.
Honestly, knowing that
you clean shit out of my
foreskin, I don't know if I could look you in the eye.
I think we just have to. I think one of us would have to move. I think one of us have to leave our jobs. I just think it's just you can't move past that moment.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think if it was someone who I was very, very close to, say like, if I don't know, like it was my mom or my best friend, I think it would be different if they were ill or it was something that was out of their control. They were poorly and that happened. I would feel a lot, even though it would still be gross, I'd be a lot more sympathetic to that scenario. But if someone just got fucking drunk and did it, it's a lot more like, you kind of brought this on yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I agree. I think there is some karma to be had in it. Do you know what I mean?
God, how many people were eating when they started listening to this podcast? Well, they should know by now. They should know by now.
I mean, they certainly aren't listening anymore, Lydia. So,
yeah.
Jesus, what a first question. Should we move on?
Maybe we should slot this in at the start. Warning, this next question is fucking gross.
Yeah, warning. We've now finished talking about the first question. It is horrible. Please skip it to whatever this time code is. About 20-something minutes in, hopefully we'll be stopping talking about it.
Oh my God, Harriet, I just realised you've also written the question down twice. So we've got another question and the next question is about his friend's balls
It's so good, I put it down twice. Come on. We gotta do this shit question.
Question 2. Hello, 0 degrees. Me and my friend Kay recently got in an argument at the pub. Over how we get dressed and in what order. Kay puts her bottom half on fully before putting on her top half, and I put on my underwear, then my trousers, then my skirt, then my socks. What is the correct way? Kay also puts one sock on, then the shoe, then the other sock on, and then the shoe. I think this is disgusting and weird. Who is right? Thank you. Okay, put both your socks on before you put your shoes on.
I've never heard of anyone doing that before.
Doing 1 foot at a time is the most cursed thing.
Yeah.
I had a physical reaction to that. I hate that so much. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so how does everyone get dressed?
I, put on boxers, and then I put on my socks, and then I put on like sweatpants or jeans, depending on what I'm doing, and then a t-shirt, and then I'm good to go.
So you end on your t-shirt, and you put your socks on before you put on your like trousers or whatever.
Yeah, socks on before trousers. Then I just put my shoes on my socked feet, and if I'm wearing a hoodie, a jacket, or a cloak or whatever, I put that on top of my t-shirt. Then I head out.
Seems reasonable. I don't think I do
It feels like that makes sense to me.
I think I would go underwear, then probably trousers, then t-shirt, then socks last.
Socks last? What the fuck, you pervert?
I quite like walking around. I like walking around barefoot in your flat. I don't really like wearing you don't need to wear socks if it isn't cold. Do you know what I mean? It's quite nice just walking around barefoot. Feels a bit more just freeing. So I feel like I usually would put socks on last, and that's before I'm gonna go put my shoes on. But never in the alternating order of sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
No.
That is,
that's insane.
But that also just I put my socks in my dressing room or in my bedroom. I don't put it on I don't put them on by the shoe cupboard, do you know what I mean? By the I'm not hobbling around. What kind of weird ass setup are you?
That makes me think that they wear shoes around the house.
Oh yeah, what are you guys on that policy?
I hate that.
No shoes in the house.
No shoes around the house.
It's not comfortable. Why would you do that? You need to free.
I got some flip flops that I wear around the house. They're specifically house flip flops. I like it. It's nice to have some flippy floppies.
Some flippy floppies.
Yeah.
I am moving towards the no socks around the house thing actually though. I've started doing it when I'm streaming just because it's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Less layers is more good. So, did a whole stream in my undies the other day. Nobody knew it because they could only see my t-shirt.
Oh my god, I would be so scared
that's so risky.
Somehow
that is so risky.
It was so risky, I know. But
a reflection or
I did it.
Did you say anything?
I didn't say a word. Nobody knew.
Now everyone's gonna look at the VODs and try and work out.
No, they won't know.
They'll never know. This is the trick. They'll never know.
Yep.
What about you, Lydia? What's your order?
I would say it's probably similar to Harry. So it's both bits of underwear on, then. See, this is what I've been trying to think. Do I put my skirt or my top on first? And I think I put my top on and then my skirt, but always end on either tights or socks. They were always the last thing I put on.
They're kind of the most annoying bit to put on as well. I always leave it to last because I'm it's such a fucking pain in the ass
so
and
far away.
lean down and do it. So I'm just I'll do them last, I guess.
And I'm a barefoot at home gal as well. So I only put socks on if I'm going outside, and I don't do that very often.
It just feels like a waste of washing, to wear socks around the house. It's not needed. They
make you feel sweaty. Although in the winter it's nice. When it's freezing, it's nice to wear socks. But definitely underwear. I think skirt, but maybe top, and then skirt, and then finish on socks. I think that is the normal, adjusted, non-psychopathic way of getting dressed.
I think all three of ours are pretty normal.
Your friend Kay sounds like an absolute fucking lunatic.
Also, I just think putting your top on, you fully put bottom half on before putting a top half. But I put my, I don't know, it just sounds very strange. Imagine just putting on your underwear and then your trousers. And then your socks, and then your t-shirt.
And then your t-shirt.
That doesn't.
Yeah,
that doesn't sit right with me. But isn't there a thing where it's really weird if a man is wearing, what's that thing? I'm thinking of Flight of the Conchords or something, where if a guy's wearing socks. No, I'm thinking of Peep Show. What is the thing that Mark talks about? it's weird to put your socks on
and your t-shirt but no underwear.
No underwear. Was that it? That makes
Shirt
you
cocking.
like a serial killer. Hold on, I have to Google this. This.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is I just walk around my flat a lot in just underwear. Like, usually I'll just stop halfway through the getting dressed kind of thing. And
usually
like,
just walk around in undies.
And then just slowly do the rest of it.
And then when I have the luxury of having the flat to myself in the nude.
Okay, here we
Nothing
go.
better.
So Mark says, socks before or after trousers, but never socks before pants. That's the rule. Makes a man look scary like a chicken. So never socks before pants. That's the rule. I can get on board with that.
But taking our logic of when and why you wear socks, you should never be in that scenario, right?
No, you're right.
Yeah. You should never be double barreling a sock without the safety of an underwear.
Yep.
It is kind of psychopathic, right? The idea of putting your socks on with all your bits hanging out. Like, they're supposed to be in their little homes before you put your socks on.
I just think socks are quite weird pieces of clothing as it stands. I don't know. I've never gotten on with socks. I don't like them.
What? Wait.
I don't know. There's just something
I need you to
weird.
break that sentence down for me. You've never gotten on with socks. What do you mean?
I just think they're a bit weird. Do you not think they're a bit weird?
I've never thought about socks really in that much detail, if I'm honest.
It's very strange to me that we have like such a specially designed piece of clothing that we wear almost every day for just one bit of our body.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
Have you ever just like worn your shoes without having?
Oh yeah, it's
socks
gross.
on?
Yeah, you should wear socks for your shoes, 100%.
It's like a shoe condom.
It is. It's like a shoe condom. Don't double bag. It's too warm. It's way too warm and sweaty. I don't know. I just think they're strange. I just always think socks are strange. I
just
don't like
like a
it.
Special little thing for our feetsies, but everything else has more of a large, which covers multiple parts of our body.
Yeah,
but the socks get their feet get their own special thing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Strange. It's like I don't really love gloves. I think gloves are pretty weird as well.
I mean,
do you guys have any weird clothing thoughts to share with me?
I'm trying to think.
I actually quite like gloves. They're fun to wear.
Yeah,
it's quite a novelty when it's really cold and you put your gloves on and you're like, ooh, I'm all toasty now. Although they're annoying as fuck because you like need to use your phone or like pick up a drink and you're
I
like,
agree there. That's a
and those ones that
pain in
fit
the
like
ass.
say, oh, you can use the gloves through the phone through the gloves. They don't match.
then they're always really annoying and you're like swiping frantically because it's just not working properly. I don't think I have any weird thoughts about. I mean, like the clothes annoy me in general, just because I'm such a weird shape and length that they very rarely ever fit me. Shout out to all my tall gals out there who are constantly struggling to find a dress that isn't barely covering your ass.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really think about socks, Harry, or gloves.
Well, hopefully one of the viewers will write in and make me not feel like a fucking weirdo. That would be great. That would be great. Someone out there will agree with my sock. It's not that I hate them. I just think they're a bit odd.
Okay.
They're a bit odd.
Okay.
He's like, yes. Next question.
Oh no! The Queen started a fucking war, and you have been drafted. What creature do you choose as your trusted mount that will accompany you into battle?
Oh my god, the Queen started a war.
I would never get drafted. I would come up with any excuse.
You just use your toe.
I would be like, my toe hurt.
So hardy, I can't do it.
I'd be like, guess I'm gonna break my leg.
I mean, I'd agree, but if I'm suddenly getting a fucking mount, like, I'm
That's
suddenly like
kinda
way
sick.
more invested
Yeah.
in getting drafted.
Yeah, I kind of dig that one actually.
Do we think this creature has to be real or not?
I'm thinking it has to
should
be
we do-
real. We'll
should
do
we
both.
Should we do a real one and like a
Yeah.
fantasy?
Yeah.
Fantasy, I feel straight away I'm leaning towards like a griffin or something like that.
It's a cool one.
Like, you know, they got
It's very
them
holy. It's
Yeah, I am very holy, very religious. They've got those big sharp beaks and those huge like claws, talons. They can fly. If I need to get the fuck out of there, like they're huge. Like
quite proud
I think
animals as well.
very
I like them.
proud. I think a griffin would fuck you up.
I can imagine your griffin taking like a fucking tank shell for you, you know?
Yeah, it would die for me. It would be very emotional.
Yeah.
Speaking of, that's my real life choice, a tank.
Oh.
Nice. God, that's a good one, Lydia. I feel like I would have to go for some kind of dragon, some kind of like I feel like a more kind of like Chinese or Japanesey dragon, one of the ones that kind of is all like twisty and
the serpent, serpent-like
more
ones,
worm-like. I like the wormed kind of dragons. They're
Like a
really cool.
worm.
Just kind of like doing that and just like, Lear, I'm off on my dragon through the air. See you in the war. Or not.
They always look like they're going to take like forever to get
it's just
anywhere,
like, fucking hell, you're flying backwards and forwards a million times just to cover a meter. So exhausting. Such an inefficient way of getting around, but it would be great. I mean, I'd be so nauseated by riding on the back of that.
Oh, that's true, actually. I'd be terrified. I didn't think about the whole paralyzing fear of heights.
But I feel like he'd have a fun voice like, yes, ride on me, Harry, let's go. It's time. We just get shot down.
See, you guys have picked like flying things here.
Mm.
Don't know. I feel like a fucking T-Rex or some shit would be amazing.
That would be really cool.
I mean, that'd be cool. Although he wouldn't have much range, would he? With his tiny little stubby arms.
Yeah.
True.
You'd be fucked up by anything that's got any long distance to it.
Yeah.
Also,
or a meteorite.
I feel like we need to set out what, like, because I keep imagining it's a modern day war. I'm just imagining like my fucking dragon just gets shot down by like an F-15 instantly. Ravs' T-Rex just instantly gets like artillery striked. Like the Griffin just gets sniped in the head. Do you know what I mean? Just like, I think it probably has to be a fantasy war as well, right? Swords and shields and arrows or something.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the fantasy war. So we've got a T-Rex, a dragon, and a griffin.
Yeah, I feel like honestly a T-Rex would be pretty effective. I feel like you stomping into like a little keep or something on the back of your T-Rex. Forward!
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd be pretty epic. I do feel like getting on and off would be a nightmare though.
God, yeah.
Like they're pretty big. I feel like you'd have to like have a little ladder and a couple lads.
Where are you sitting on this T-Rex exactly?
Just like on its back.
But it's like
oh, you know what? I've changed my mind entirely. I want the Oliphants from Lord of the Rings.
The who now?
Lord of the Rings, the giant elephants with the like massive tents on the back.
Those guys. Okay.
That's my choice.
Yeah,
that's my choice.
Yeah, those are already cool.
I want to chill up there.
I mean, but that's not just like your mount. That's like you and like 15 other lads' mounts. Like,
yeah, but then I'm just having a good time then.
Yeah, but then you get Legolas like fucking doing some stupid elvish acrobatics around your fucking elephant.
Well, killed by Legolas. There's worse things that could happen.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's basically the dream. It's the dream way to go.
Yeah.
All right, so we do for real world creatures. I guess we should keep it fantasy as well, because again, I think we're gonna have a tank problem for any of our mounts that we choose.
Am I not allowed to pick a tank?
Okay, it has to be a living creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't be like,
Honestly, I feel like a giant warhorse is kind of a really fucking epic, beautiful mount. Like, there's not many. It's quite difficult to think of many creatures. Like an elephant is still quite a rideable creature, but I feel like I feel too bad. They're very intelligent creatures. I feel like riding that into battle just feels like it feels mean.
I'm picking a moose.
Oh,
moose.
Moose are really fucking impressive.
Because they are fucking huge. They can swim and they can run real fast. And they're very strong.
That's good.
Moose is good. Yeah. What are you going for, Lydia?
I am mounting Ravs' mum into battle.
What?
Oh my god, Lydia.
What?
I mean...
Sorry.
Didn't have to pick the overpowered choice. Come on. We were all just like leaving that one out, mate.
Dare you? You imagine I said that to your mum?
She'd love it. She'd have a giggle. No, I love Ravs' mum. If Ravs' mum is listening to this, I love you. God bless you. Have a lovely day. My actual one would be, well, you've just given me an idea, Ravs, because you said, what do you say, moose? I feel like an animal that is completely misunderstood because it's
You're gonna
actually...
say goose.
No, not a goose. No.
I didn't want a goose.
An animal that's misunderstood because it's kind of everyone thinks, oh, it's so cute, but actually it's a fucking demon. Is a hippo. Like they can run so fast, and they are like killing machines. They are violent and angry and territorial. Imagine riding on a hippo into battle.
Yeah. Also, they they're really beefy. It feels
they're massive and muscular.
Someone goes up and just stabs the hippo. I don't feel like the hippo is going to go down. I think it's going to just keep going.
Like, it's just, it's going to keep powering through. I think a hippo is. I don't know why people haven't utilized that more. I guess because you can't really control them. You can't train a hippo.
Honestly, I feel like my secondary would be a bear, actually. A bear is kind of one of like the most apexy predators we have. I mean, just none of us went for super. I guess hippo's the most aquatic, but like you could also do like a walrus.
Well, I was gonna say, what if you did a crocodile and you're just like a surfboard or rode it, or like you lay down and hold on to it as it like waddles.
This poor crocodile. This poor fucking crocodile. Just doesn't want to go to war. You're just like whipping it. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Fuck me, that feels awful. I feel like, the trouble is there's just not many animals in the world that are big enough for you to actually be able to ride them.
Yeah. So who's winning in our battle, our fantasy battle? If it was us three versus each other, who's winning our fantasy battle and who's winning our real life battle?
I don't know what wins against a moose versus hippo. Let's see. Moose.
I feel like I should switch mine to bear just for the ease of not making it just like instant gib because I just do it on a horse.
Bull moose versus bull hippo. Hippo 10 out of 10. It would bite the moose in half. Okay,
perfect. Yeah, okay, so I win that. I hippo versus bear.
I think hippo destroys bear.
Yeah,
like, hippos just terrifying.
They're terrifying. They're absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yep.
I also would question how much control you have over it, Lydia. I mean, she's currently sneezing. That feels like a creature that a lot of it's you leading it, and you're kind of just happy to be involved.
It will throw me into the air and crush my fragile body into pieces. Like, there's no way I'm coming out of that alive either. We're all dying in that scenario.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, it's a nice question. I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice. Thank you. Good question.
All right, I think that just about does it for today. We've had maybe one of the vilest questions we've ever answered, and some other nice, more gentle things like socks and hippos. I
feel so bad for anyone who was eating. I didn't read. I didn't read the second half of it. I read the first half and was like, oh, this question will be great. It just was awful. I'm so sorry. This is my apology. This is my twit longer. Please don't cancel me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh god.
Great question though. Like really thought provoking.
Yeah, really thought provoking. And also everyone, don't forget to keep sending us questions in. Maybe not as disgusting as that, but maybe even more disgusting. I don't know. You can find the link. I don't know where you can find
pickaxe.uk/0
degrees.
0 degrees.
0 degrees. Okay.
Also in the podcast description.
I think we all have like commands in our chat as well, right?
Yeah.
Streamers
it's very easy to find it. It's not.
And our socials. You can find it.
Send it anywhere.
It's worth noting we've actually had some of the more recent questions are really, really good. A couple of these were from I think all of these are actually more recent questions. So it's really nice quality questions that are all really varied and different. So people who've been sending them in, we appreciate it. There was, you know what? We can maybe talk about this just for a second here at the end. There was an absolute mammoth of a question, which I don't think we can cover because it's too much. But I read it today, which was someone had sent in their thoughts on their favorite alcohol and had written us just this fucking A4 page of just but like a lot of it was like them agreeing with us. I was just like, I just want to shout out to them because there's no way we could ever read it on the podcast. It's a ridiculous amount of text. But thank you. I read it. I enjoyed reading your thoughts. I just have to give a shout out to them.
Amazing.
So much effort went into writing that response, but like, there's no way we could read it. It would be like 20 minutes on the podcast. Great stuff.
Thank you. Also, don't forget to give the podcast a rating wherever you're listening to it, on Spotify or Apple or wherever. You can click the little stars, and if you're enjoying it, maybe do a lot of stars because it helps us a lot. So thank you guys. But yeah, that's it for this week. We will be back next week with more horrific, awful advice. We'll see you then.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao.